So as I mentioned before, you're not going to want to start sending a bunch of traffic to your Facebook page if there's nothing for people to do there. The first impression that people have of your Facebook page, you want it to be a good one. You want people to come to your Facebook page and say, wow, that's some valuable information, or that's interesting, or that's something that I want to share with other people. If you start sending people to an empty page, that's not going to create a trigger in their heads to want to come back. I mean, they may come back thinking, well, I'll come back and check when they have something there, but you don't want to leave that to chance. I'm more of a fan of having people see things once they have information that's there. So we're going to look at creating some posts and putting up some information on our page, because I feel this is an early stage thing that you should be focusing on. There are a lot of other things that we'll be doing to this Facebook page, but the early stage is posting and adding content to this page. I would even suggest that maybe you even start posting content to your page before you spend too much time thinking about the images that you're going to use and filling out the information that we already filled out. Because the sooner you start, the more information you're going to have up on that Facebook page. So there are a couple of different ways that you could post content to your Facebook page. You can post a status, you could post a photo or video, or you can post an event or milestone. Now, with statuses and photos and videos, when you post them, they go live on that date that you posted them or a date in the future. There's no way to post past information in a status or a photo video status update. You can change the date of the photo when it was taken or of the video when it was created, but that information is going to be tagged with the date and time that you uploaded it. The only thing that you can use to post information about the past is by using the milestone option here. And so by adding milestones, you can essentially add information about the past. And that's good information to add as well. You can add a title, location, the date, and then whatever you want that post to be about, and then add a photo. So these might be things that if your business has been around for a while, add in some of those things over the years. Like, for example, if you had a picture of the first dollar that was ever, given to your company for a transaction, and I know some businesses do that, they'll like save their first dollar. Like take a picture of that dollar and then add it as a milestone, and then put the date that took place, and add that to your Facebook page. When you hire your first employee, or when your company receives its first award, or joined the Chamber of Commerce, or a variety of different things, you can go in and add some of that past information so that your Facebook page has stuff there. And this is a good way to kind of fill in the blanks and give people something to see when they come to your Facebook page. So you'll see it says milestone today, but if I go ahead and change the date, it updates that to whatever date it was that I had this in place. So this is good. You can go in and fill in these milestones and give people something more interesting to look at when they come to your Facebook page. This invites them in. It helps them better understand your company and what you guys are about, and just lets them know what to expect ahead of time, I think, when it comes to actually meeting with you or doing business with you. It really invites them in. And then you can save these items to your Facebook page. As I mentioned before, when you go and post a status update, that's going to be tagged at the moment that you post it, or if you schedule the post out for a later date with that time. So we're going to take a look at posting that update. So for lack of a better thing to post, I'm just going to type in, this is our first post, and then hit post. That is the simplest form of adding a post to Facebook. It says 2 seconds ago, this is our first post, and that's all that there is to it. Nothing else was added or changed, that's just a pretty boring and bland post. Now, clicking back here in the box, we're going to look at some of the additional options. Let's type in, this is our second post. Notice there is a clock here. This clock allows us to schedule a post. What's good about this scheduled option, and we'll talk about this when we talk about Facebook strategy, is that if you want to have multiple things going out to Facebook, you don't have to do them all at specific times. Like if you say, I want to post something every day to Facebook, you don't literally have to come to your Facebook page every day to make those posts. You could schedule out an entire week's worth of posts in advance, and those posts will go live at the scheduled date and time that you set. So what you would want to do here is set your scheduled time. So let's set it for today's date, and right now is 12:06 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is the where I'm at, time zone that I'm at. So I'm going to enter in 12:10 p.m. and you'll see that it says schedule instead of post. This is because I'm going to be scheduling this post. It's not actually going live at this moment. It's going to go live in a little while. So I'm going to change this. This is our scheduled post. Notice that little clock is live right here and lit up so that it knows that you're actually going to be scheduling a post. Notice that you can actually backdate posts. The only reason that you would want to do that is if you wanted to fill in some information from past dates. That is a newer option to Facebook, being able to backdate posts. But keep in mind, when you backdate a post, you're putting it back before things. And so when you're putting a post back down on your timeline, people may not see that post. So use that sparingly. So let's go ahead and click on schedule, and we're going to schedule that post. And it's telling me that 10 minutes and 6 months from when you create them. So what I do need to do is change this time to probably 12:18, which would be, or 12:20. 12:20 p.m. There we go. End schedule. So at 12:20 p.m. today, that post is going to show up. And it now gives me a notification that says that it will, in fact, happen at that time. And you see here that it shows up as a scheduled post, and it hasn't shown up completely like a regular post yet. It shows that at that time it's going to show up there. And if you schedule a lot of posts, you will see kind of a stack of scheduled posts that you have made available, and you can go in and view that post and even delete it if you decide that you don't want to make that post. So on top of that, there are location options that you can make to your post as well. For example, I'll show you from my photography page. We'll go to my photography page. I was shooting this wedding a couple of weeks ago, and I shot it at an actual location. So we'll scroll down here, same wedding, same location, and you'll see that my post is these two sure make it easy, congrats, and I tagged the bride, and then it says at the Riata, which was the location, the actual venue of the wedding that they're standing right in front of, and I added that actual location. Now, when you decide to add a location to your post, you can add all sorts of locations. It's going to start showing you suggested locations nearby, but you can add anything from the city that you're in to a specific location of another place. So I might add Modesto, California, and then choose the city. Because that's where my post is from. If I was posting this to this page from maybe a conference that I was at in another city or state, I can add that location data in there. So that's where you'd want to use that, is if you are physically at another location or referencing another location. Actually tagging in Modesto, California might not be very useful, but if I was at another location or referencing another location, I could use that. You can also add a photo to a post. When you click on that little camera icon, it's going to ask you to upload an image from your computer. So we can choose an image from my hard drive by simply scrolling to one and then adding that image. So we can go back to our Dodge image, which I had previously uploaded, and click on Open. And you'll see it's going to automatically upload that image and show it right here. This little plus button here allows me to add additional images. You can add multiple images to a post simply by clicking on this again and choosing another image. Alternatively, when you're selecting images from your computer, you can also click and select multiple images and just upload multiple images at once rather than uploading one at a time, clicking on the plus button, uploading another image. So you can upload images in a group. So we'll add a little bit of text and then we'll hit post. And it's going to actually post our image with our text, our geotag, our location tag, which I left as Modesto, California, and our post is done. You'll notice that it left our scheduled post up here because our scheduled post is going to show up higher than the post that we just made down here. So now that we've taken a look at kind of how to post to Facebook, in the next video we're going to go more in depth into posting photos and videos to your Facebook page.